I can't I can't help it when I say action. All right, so we're putting the dog door and the door upstairs. Uh, so what we're doing is we're replacing the glass panel. The best way, the cheapest way that we found to do that was replacing the glass panel. So I went out, I measured the glass panel, uh, and went out to a plastic store and I bought a piece of plexiglass today, so we can replace that glass panel with the plexiglass. Uh, so right now what we just did was we cut the hole for the dog door, and it's really simple. What you do is you cut. First is you draw it, right? So you have to measure it, and let's go back to that part really quickly. I have one of these, so that's how I measured it. I measured how wide the dog door is, and how wide this the panel was, and I just divide them both by 2, and you just add that here to each side. So that's all I did. I marked here, marked there, made the same thing on this side, and I draw it, the lines between them. Then just using the biggest drill bit I could find, which is a 3/4, and I used the metal drill bit for plastic. I drilled 4 holes, 1 on each corner, and it doesn't need to be too close to the line because you don't want to screw up the line. So you can be far, and then you just fix it. So we missed that part. We forgot to record that. But you know. If you want to see where the holes were, you can see it right there. So there's one there, one here, and one here. So after drilling the holes, we get a jigsaw with a brand new blade. Has to be a brand new blade, otherwise you're gonna crack, you're gonna chip the plexiglass. So you got a brand new metal blade. In this case was actually a generic blade, and you insert it inside that hole, and then you just come following the line that you draw before, right? So the way we did it both sides first, then we did it this one here, that's the far out one, and then we cut the top, and it was sticking, so you have to push it down for it to really come out. And then you just fix the corner, each corner, with this like that, and so you get the straight corners like that, the way we did. And lastly, we got the widest part of the dog panel, and we made sure that it fits there, and it does. Very snug, which is a good thing. You want it to be snug. So this part is done. All right, so this is the door panel that we're replacing, so that's on this one here I already removed, but I'm just going to show on that one what is it that we're removing. So we are removing the entire frame, and it's one piece and it's plastic. It looks like it's wood and all that, but it's not. Ours is plastic. So behind each one of these little things here, see if you can get that. Yeah, so behind each one of these there's a screw. Step on it. Yeah, there we go. And all you have to do is take that screw out, all of them. So I already did that. Oh, you stopped it? Mm-mm. I already did that on this side. That is the side where we put in the dog door. All right, so the hard part now will be to get to get this glass panel out. See, you go online, they say, oh yeah, you just remove that and the glass panel comes right out. No, it doesn't. It does not. It's very glued in there. And of course it has to be, right? Because, you know, if you look there, let's see if I can get some focus on this thing. Anyways, there is some putty right here. See, on the outside. Let's look on this other one here. You can see the putty right there. That's glue. So this panel is glued to the door, and we're gonna have to get it out of there without breaking the panel, without breaking the door. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna try with a heat gun, see if the glue gives up. Okay, so it turns out we didn't need the heat gun. With a blade, we're running the blade and losing breaking the putty, the glue that is there, and getting this loose. You have to hold the glass now before I do anything. Just took the panel out of the door. You can see the glue. You want to try to show the glue, maybe. So it was glued to the door, and we got in with a knife, and you know, carefully got it all, the glue all cut. You have to be very careful because this glass is super thin, so it bends. If it bends, it breaks. It's very, very thin. Here is the door with no panel, and we're gonna put that plexiglass here. We gotta get all the glue, all this stuff out of here. Gotta clean it really good and nice. So the glass is this is 1 inch. The plexiglass is a 1/4 inch. So I got some pieces that I'm gonna use to fill it up. Now I'm gonna try to fix this as much as possible with the heat gun, very carefully. It just goes right back inside. Now we're gonna put the trim on. I bought same store that I bought the plastic. I had them cut those pieces. So you see this one here is 1/2 inch. This is a 1/4 inch, and the plexiglass is a 1/4 inch, and that totals 1 inch, which is how wide the glass panel was. Right, so that's the way I found to keep it on the same width and not have to, you know, do any extra work. So I already put 2 of those pieces there. And it's so tough to see with this light. See this here? I just put that in there. Now I'm gonna put the one on top and the one down here on bottom. Then it will be the plexiglass, then the other one, then the 1/2 inch those, and then the frame, and we should be good to go. Alright, so now we're setting the dog door on the plexiglass. So one thing to not forget is you don't forget to peel out the plexiglass. Because this, of course, this is, you know, it's just a film covering the plexiglass. So if you start mounting stuff on the plexiglass, you want to make sure you get that out before you mount it. And so we're now mounting this, which is our dog door, the outside frame of it. And because the plexiglass is a 1/4 inch, I had to buy this square rod of acrylic at the same store that I bought the acrylic or plexiglass. I bought this rod, and so I'm going to use the rod to fill it up to make it, you know, because this is a 1/4 inch, the rod is a 1/4 inch. It both together will be 1/2 inch, which is what the dog door needs. So now we're going to cut it and make it fit. So now Nish is cutting the rod. Square rod, so you can just mark it really good with a cutter, and it should snap. There we go. So now we need to cut the other two. There we go. Now it's we peeled off the cover. You can see the plexiglass. I'll be very careful. Scratch is very easy, and when I cut it, it chipped. See those chips over there? But it doesn't matter because the frame of the dog door gets about 1/2 inch over this, so we don't care. We really don't care. So there we go. Now we're gonna mount it. Okay. All right. So we already put the plexiglass in there, and we're now applying the spacers that we had cut. So we put the bead of what is this thing?
Silicone?
Yeah, silicone or caulking. It's actually this. You don't know where you go with that, Kim. It's that window and door. Bought it at Ace just now. So I'm using the clear for when it's against the silicone, and the white for when it's not against the silicone. So I'm just gonna apply down. You know what's gonna happen with this, honey? It's just sliding down.
You gotta get the bottom one in there.
No, because it's in between. So I'm just afraid this guy will slide down. You gotta put something underneath there. Alright, so we just put those tapes here because the fillers are, the spacers are sliding down. So we just figured out that we should have taken the door off the hinges and do it all with the door laying down, so that wouldn't happen. We just finished putting the frame back on it, and because we should have taken the door out, but we didn't. So because we didn't, now we're having to deal with everything sliding out of place because of, you know, gravity. But I think it's I think it's good. What do you think? It's pretty good.
I think so.
Once we tie those screws, that gap should go away. All right, I'm gonna bolt it in.